So this is the most valuable one. If you can find a first edition of this, you will be making a lot of money. Today for you, I have my very first boot sale video. Now I have to apologize, I haven't done this before, so it's not the best. The camera angle is not great, but I'm gonna try again next week for you guys. You should be able to see a lot better. This is the first time I've ever done it, so it's a bit of a learning curve for me. And I've also got a couple of vintage purchases that I'll be able to show you on camera after that I'm gonna try and resell. Just quickly, if you don't know what I'm doing, I'm basically trying to resell my way up to a holiday. I've been buying stuff on Vinted, putting it on eBay, collecting stuff at boot sales, putting it on eBay. So if you want to stay around for that journey, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, this is what I've got up to at the boot sale this week. Okay guys, welcome to my first bit of boot sale footage. Look at this, isn't this amazing? So what caught my eye here was that little wooden toy animal farm set there. I thought that was quite cool. Wooden toys usually sell quite well, but I just had a look at it and I thought, oh, it looks like a bit of an awkward one to pack up and send. It doesn't have a box, it's got a carrier bag, so I didn't ask the price for this one. Maybe if it was £3, I probably could have ended up selling it for around 15, so I probably should have picked that up. And something I've noticed watching back this footage is there's quite a few different bits that I kind of wish I did pick up at the time, and then what I'm learning from watching this footage is I should probably take more risks and just buy and pick this stuff up. Here I saw this guy who literally was only just setting up, and I was kind of interested just to see what he had. It looks like a lot of teddies. You can see in his car and on the floor there. Teddies are a bit of an interesting one because I just don't think they sell for much. I've never really gone too deep into them, so I don't know much about it. I didn't really stop to take much more of a deeper look. So down there in that black box, you can see there's a bunch of different dinosaur toys. So a lot of them that you see at boot sales are quite hollow and light, and they're not really worth a lot. But there is one brand that is worth quite a bit. I'm not even entirely sure how you say this, but I'll put it up on screen now. Selic? I have no idea. So if you look at any dinosaur toys at the boot sale and look on the bottom of them, it will have that word printed on the bottom of them, and they'll feel pretty heavy. But honestly, some of these brand new are like 20 to 30 pound. If you see any of those dinosaurs in a box like this for like £1, it's probably worth picking up. As I walked over to this store, I just saw that guy right there pick up Star Wars Battlefront on PS2. Which is interesting because I thought, oh, I just got here a second too late. That would have been quite a good little game to pick up. But I looked online and it's only selling for around £5 or £10. So I don't think I heard how much he was charging for it, but I imagine it was maybe £1. So that is a little bit of profit there, but it's a lot of work. And you can see here, he also picked up Lego Dimensions. Now that only sells for about £1 online, so I don't know if this guy was just buying it to play for himself or what. It's interesting to look back at that because at the time I was like, oh, I should have bought those and should have got there quicker. But looking now, I didn't really miss out on that much. But anyway, on to the next store. I was just having a look at this store because it has some quite cool stuff. You can see like a little micro machines there. There's some comic books. It's all the sort of stuff that kind of interests me. But this guy was a dealer, so I'm assuming he'd already worked out the prices online and was probably asking for quite a lot. And on the stall just over here, this guy just laid down all these sealed board games. I got here just as he put them down, and literally within about 30 seconds, there was quite a few people here trying to get what they could. You can see on the floor that there's a Bullseye 2nd edition game, and I was a second too late. This guy just picked it up, you can see there, and he wanted £5 for it. And I thought this is probably a vintage game. That's probably quite a good purchase, but looking online, it only sells for about 10. So I guess I did avoid a little bit of a bullet there. I remember at the time thinking, oh damn, I should have bought that. And sticking with the board games, I always like to look at the vintage board games because if you can find the good ones, they're worth quite a lot, like Hero Quest. I don't know if any of you guys know, but that's quite a valuable board game. So this one caught my eye. I stopped to have a quick little look. You can't really see because of my bad angle, sorry. But looking at this now, it does sell for £10. And I think this was just a family store, people trying to get rid of their stuff. So if I'd asked the price, they probably maybe would have said £1. So I do regret this one a bit, at least not asking the price and looking closer. But I know in the future now I should just ask the price no matter what, really. Because if it was £5, I would have walked away. If it was £1, I probably would have picked this up. Because to be honest, if you're spending £1, it's not the biggest loss if you don't make the massive amount of profit on it. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have picked this up if it was more than £1 or £2, knowing that you could probably sell it for 10 to 15 now. And just on this stall here, I just stopped to have a look at these Star Trek plates. I just thought they were quite cool. So here I was looking at some Heeley shoes. They were in pretty good condition. They were pretty much brand new. And I was kind of interested, but the woman said she wanted 15, and you could probably only sell them for 20, 25 as they were kids' shoes. So she maybe would have taken 10 and that could have been worth it. But I don't really know of kids' shoes. I always stick to adults just because obviously people don't spend as much on their kids' shoes because they go out of them quite quickly. And then I went over to this store and I saw these Vans and I thought, oh, they're in quite good condition. They look pretty much brand new. And I opened them up and looked inside and you could tell straight away they were fake because of the size label. You can't see on camera here, but it was just a size label that was just like the most basic thing I'd ever seen. It was just literally the size. I was like, these are quite obviously fake. So I put those down, which was a shame. Okay, and now just last up before I show you what I bought, I just want to talk about Harry Potter books because you see these everywhere at boot sales, and Obviously, if you can find a first edition, they are worth thousands. Now, I think it would be incredibly rare if you actually do find a first edition at a boot sale, because people know the value of these and they check them online before they take them. But I just find it interesting just stopping and having a look, because you see them everywhere, and I just like to know like what version of what book it is. So you really only want to be looking for either the Philosopher's Stone, the Chamber of Secrets, or Prisoner of Azkaban, because those were the ones that weren't printed as much. And then when you get later on, obviously the franchise got more popular and you see first editions way more often and they're less valuable. But this is Chamber of Secrets I picked up here. And the way you tell if it's a first edition or not is you open it up and look a couple of pages in and you'll see this page. Now, at the bottom there, you'll see it has 10 to 1. That means it is a first printing of this book. But if you have a little look further up, you'll see it says this edition was first published in 2002. Chamber of Secrets was published in 1998. So this basically means it is a first edition of a 2002 reprinting of the Chamber of Secrets, which probably means it's not worth very much. So I put it back down. But I just find it interesting having a look at this, really. And you'll see here I found loads of Harry Potter books at this boot sale. Sometimes you don't see any, but for some reason there was a lot here. So you can't see here, but on this stall it actually has like the adult cover of the Harry Potter books. I just had a little look. I think this was a first edition, but because this is the Half-Blood prints a lot later on in the franchise, it doesn't really sell for much. But if you can see the adult covers, they do sell for a little bit more than just the regular covers. So I think this was in a thing that said £5 an item, and I think the adult covers sell for around 10 to 15. There was a little bit of profit there, but I didn't pick it up. So here you can see is the Philosopher's Stone on another stall. So this is the most valuable one. If you can find a first edition of this, you will be making a lot of money. But anyway, I had a little look in at that page again, and you can see here, this has 50 to 45. So this means it's the 45th printing of this book. And if you look up, it's got 1997 and there's no later copyright on it. This actually isn't like a change of reprint or anything. This is an original Harry Potter book, but it's just the 45th inline printing of it. I've had a little look online since then. People are selling for maybe the 20th print up for around 10 to 15 pounds. So I didn't ask the price of this because I didn't actually know till I've researched now, but if it was £1, I probably could have sold it for 10 or so. And then finally, one more Chamber of Secrets I found here. Had a little look on the page. You can see here this says 60 to 55. And it does have a copyright of 2000 on there. So again, this wasn't probably worth anything. But anyway, there's just a little bit of information about first editions for you here. And if I ever find a first edition at a boot sale, I will be incredibly happy. Anyway, that's me pretty much done. You can see me walk into the car here. And now I'll show you what I bought. Okay guys, I'm back in the car now. That was my attempt at a first boot sale video. I kind of had a bit of a fail. I didn't catch any sales on camera. Great, isn't it? That's just what you want. I'm not used to this, so I just sort of attached the camera to my bag and walked around and just saw what I could get. And you obviously seen just then a couple of highlights of bits that I saw. But things I did buy, I'll quickly show you now. I'll be honest as well, this is my fault. I woke up late. So I'm not an early person, so these boot sales are a struggle sometimes for me. Don't stay up late playing PlayStation the night before. But anyway, I bought 3 things today. Probably should make a little bit of money from it. It adds to a bit of different stocks to the shoes, so it was probably worth coming. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I just bought some more Lego. Lego always sells, we know this. This is a unicorn Lego creator thing. I already have some Lego still that I haven't sold yet, so I'll probably end up bundling this with 2 of the other items or something. This was £3. I think she asked 4, I said 3, and she said yes, so I can't turn it down if it's open. Next thing I bought, these are £1 each. I bought these PlayStation Move controllers. They're there. These are still kind of popular. People will still be buying them. I'm always a little hesitant to buy electronics. I just don't trust them, but you have to give them a go. They're only £1, so I paid £2 for these. This ball's slightly yellow. One of these actually does have like a little crack there on the top, but maybe, I mean, hopefully the controller still works. If it works, I'm gonna sell them together and I can probably get a tenner maybe. I'm not sure, I've not sold these before, so it's a good thing for me to pick up and buy for cheap and then just find out. I'm sure I can sell them back for £2, like back at another boot sale if I really have to. So that's just a little bit of different stock. And then finally, I got this. Bit of a weird buy, I know, but this is a grow clock. So it's basically used for kids and it helps them wake up on time. So I've been told. I'm not really sure, I need to check it's working. I've never bought one of these before again, but I have been told that they do sell for around £15 to £20 if they're working. This doesn't have the box, so maybe it'll sell for 15. I'm gonna try it on Vinted. I paid £3, he wanted 4. So again, I need to check it's working, but yeah, it basically just lights up and gets kids to wake up at the right time. This will be a good little pickup if you can regularly get these, because obviously kids go up and they don't need them anymore, so parents just take them to the boot sale. So yeah, Grow clocks, they're great. All right, not the best boot sale video, I'll be honest, but it is my first one, so be nice to me. Some all right purchases there. I only bought 3 things, but I think I only spent a total of like £9. So those PlayStation remotes actually sell for £10. So they were £1 each and they'll go to £10. So that's actually pretty good for me. But anyway, eBay sales have been coming through slowly. I'm not gonna update you with how much money I've got this week, but I will update you with what I've bought. So I have 2 items here from Vinted, both shoes, as always. So I have this. We have some nice Superstar shoes. These are a little bit different, so I just picked them up. They're quite good condition. They're quite different with the sparkly stuff. Looking at it now, this is the first time I've seen it. The sparkle stuff is a little bit worn on it. It's pretty good inside. Let me just check how much I paid for those. These, I only paid £3 for these, which is obviously why I picked them up looking now. It's not something I would have picked up if it was maybe around £10. They're not gonna sell for like a massive amount. They'll probably sell for maybe 20, 25. But if I saw these on Vinted, which I obviously did, for £3, with the £2 postage, that's basically a £5 for these. Well, this one's in a bit better condition. I've just looked at the listing now and it says they're in great condition. I wouldn't say they're in great condition because I'm not sure if there's meant to be more sparkle stuff on here, because this one here has a lot more sparkling all over it, but they're in good condition, so I'm pretty sure they will sell for 20, 25. I paid £5, that's £2.50 a shoe. Can I really complain? And the other purchase I've collected today is this. It's in a nice box. I think I know what this one is. This is quite cool. Oh yeah, look at this. A lovely little Disney Adidas collab. Wow, these are lovely. Look at this. These are some Adidas Goofy shoes. You get a lot of Disney Primark stuff on Vinted and it's just not going to resell for much, but Adidas and Disney, like anything Disney really, is going to sell for more if you can get the good collabs. And I saw these with the box. They looked in great condition, which they are. They're a bit dirty, like the soles are quite dirty there. A couple of scuffs and stuff on the side, but with a quick clean up, I'm sure they'll sell for about £40, maybe even 50 if I'm lucky. Show you the camera quickly. You can see the little goofies there. There's a goofy there. Very different shoes. I thought these were quite a cool pickup. Let's see how much I paid. I paid just £9 for these. With the £2 postage, that's £12 for these. So £12 for some Disney Adidas collab shoes. I'm sure they'll sell for about 40 or 50. Someone who loves Disney will want these. And the fact it comes with this lovely box just adds to the value. A lot of people like the box. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my first attempt at a boot sale video. Make sure to subscribe and stick along for my journey of trying to get to a holiday. There will be a holiday vlog eventually.